Hebo or Reno, either one of you, unmute your microphone and hop on. And while we're waiting on you to unmute, we'll get Kabidi.
Hello?
Kabidi.
Hi, my
Okay,
name.
is that you?
Yeah, it's Hivo. I'm wondering, like, if we divide ourselves and say black, brown, whatever, that only serves the people who are not making cars in America, who are not developing America, who are making us jobless. We should be focusing on a government that's um caring and uniting the people so the owners of the companies don't have to go to another country, take away the money, and make you jobless. And that's what is relevant at this moment. It's slavery in the past. It's in the past. We cannot ignore what is killing us right now. That is our people divided, our people, the majority, 1% owns everything. That is the fact.
Now, Hebo, where are you from, dear? Hebo? I didn't hear you. Where you
Yeah,
from?
I am from everywhere. I am.
No, no, no. Man, man, where were you born, ma'am?
It doesn't matter where I was born, but I'm Canadian. If that's
Ma'am, you're not Canadian. Where were you
yes,
born, ma'am?
yes, I am Canadian. I was born
Ma'am,
somewhere else.
you are a
I was
Canadian
born.
citizen.
Yes,
What
I'm
part
Canadian citizen. I was born
ma'am?
somewhere else, and I think yes,
Hebo.
yes.
You're born in East Africa somewhere. That's an East African accent, ma'am. Either Ethiopia, Somalia, or Eritrea. Which one is it?
Okay, put me in Africa, but I'm going to tell you what is relevant, what's good for us, because slavery has been forever. How many people enslave each other? So many years, so many centuries.
What does that mean, ma'am? What does that
Meaning,
mean?
slavery is not new thing. It happened, and it's in the
Okay, so
past.
how does that how does that relate? What do you mean it's in the past?
I'm saying right now, we don't have to talk about slavery. We have to talk about living. And living means we get jobs. We unite our people in America to work
So what do
together
you mean we don't have to no, slow down. So what do you mean we don't have to talk about slavery? What do you mean by that?
because we need to serve. If we talk about slavery, we're gonna the working class is gonna be divided.
Because
That,
no, because when we talk about slavery, 'cause let's be very clear on what you're saying. You're meaning you're saying we shouldn't talk about reparations because when we talk about slavery, we're talking about it in the context of us foundational Black Americans getting our reparations. So are you saying we shouldn't talk about reparations?
no, I'm saying we should talk about getting jobs at this moment
But
because
we,
we are
but
we
ma'am, we have to get reparations as foundational Black Americans because we're owed, ma'am.
nobody's
Right?
gonna give you. No, nobody's gonna give you. You should be. That is, people are powerful. They enslave you. You can. I'm saying we should be working with working class people like us. People who need jobs. People who don't own anything. Who don't own anything.
But
We should be
ma'am,
against the 1%.
ma'am,
We should.
ma'am,
Yeah, that's.
ma'am, if you're Canadian, why does our reparations claim? What does it have to do with you? If you're not, are you in America or are you still in
But
Canada?
I'm black person, and whatever affects the other black people, it affects me. So
But
I'm saying we should
how is
work.
our no 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 no? How is our if are you in America or are you in Canada?
It doesn't matter where I am at the
It
moment.
does, ma'am, because how is our reparations claim going to help a foreigner or hurt a foreigner? It wouldn't have anything to do with you if you are a foreigner. That
I
means
I'm
you're
not
here in
I'm
America.
not a
Okay,
foreigner. Listen to me, please.
you're in,
I'm
ma'am.
not a foreigner. I'm not a foreigner because I was forced to flee my country. I
Oh
breed in.
Lord.
I You listen to me. I had kids who were born in America, who were born in North America. So they are part of you. They're like you.
No,
So
they ain't.
what? Yeah, yes, because they're black.
How are they
They
like
were
me?
born in North America. because they're black who lives in America. That's their fate
I'm
is in
more than
America.
a
They don't
black
belong
person.
anywhere
No, no,
else.
no, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. I'm more than just a black person living in America. I come from a lineage of the people who built this nation from the bottom up, ma'am. I'm very different. My
But
lineage is
that
different.
I understand that, but I'm saying now you won't get justice. What you want is a
Uh,
justice. That is
Who's
God
not?
can give you that.
Slow down. Who's not going to get justice? What makes you think we're not going to get justice, ma'am? You're the one who fled. We didn't, ma'am. You're the one who just kind of threw your hands up and bounced. We're different, ma'am. We don't think like that, ma'am. You come from a fleeing background. You can't tell us what we're going to get, and you fled. You don't have the spirit we have, ma'am. With all due respect, I'm not saying this to be mean spirited, but ma'am, you come from a fleeing background, from a failed culture. And if it weren't for us standing up for justice, you would not have had a place to flee
We
to.
were we were forced to flee.
Ma'am, nobody's
We
forced
were
to do
forced to
anything.
flee.
You weren't forced to do anything. You could have stayed and fought like
And
we.
we couldn't. That
Yes, you
you
could.
don't understand me, and I don't understand you. We
Yes, you
want we
could.
want to you want to put barriers between us. I was
Ma'am,
forced to flee.
no,
I
you
was forced
weren't.
to flee.
No, you weren't,
Yes, we
ma'am.
were. We were.
Ma'am,
We
no, you weren't.
proxy war happened in Horn of Africa. It
Uh,
happened. We were forced to flee. We
y'all were
were
not
forced to
forced
flee.
to
You have
flee.
to
Y'all could have,
understand that it
ma'am,
was heartbreaking. It was stressful. You don't understand how many people commit suicide
ma'am,
leaving their homeland.
ma'am, y'all have so many tribal beefs over there and tribal differences in the Horn of Africa. Y'all could have put them shits aside to say, hey, we're going to stand tall against any type of outside oppressive group. Instead, you choose to have all of that damn infighting to the point where you have devastated your whole economy, where you have to flee and then come over here trying to tell us some of your fleeing mindset that we need to follow. No, thank you, ma'am. To be very honest, I don't
So
want that.
black people look at me. Black people are killing in America. Same thing. And
Not
what's
not to
happening
the
to us?
not
Killing
to
each
the
other. It's the same.
not to the point where we have to flee. And black people over here, it's only in small pockets of America where that happens, ma'am. We're not having all out war against each other. Don't you
We are
project that
killing
on
each
us?
other. American blacks are killing each other. Horn of
No,
Africa blacks are killing each other. So
not the
we're
same.
the same. We're the same. We're the
No,
same.
we're
No difference
not.
because
Then we're no, we're not the same, ma'am, because we ain't fleeing. It ain't so bad that we gotta bounce. We ain't the same like that, ma'am. We're not fleeing. Do you understand that? Hebo, turn your microphone on, ma'am. We're not the same. We ain't fleeing. We stay and produce justice. You're not gonna tell us what we ain't getting.
all I can tell you is now let's be united as a black or the whole
Man,
working class and fight the 1%. That's all I
y'all
am
ain't
saying now.
going to
We
do
are killing
that.
each other. Black people are killing each other because of poverty. Is Africa, there's poverty. America, black people are in poverty. We're
We ain't
killing
that
each
in
other. We're
poverty.
no different. We're no different. This
We
affected
are.
us equally. It
We
is.
are different, ma'am. We're not the same like that, ma'am. We're standing up to oppression. We don't flee, and many of y'all don't even look at yourselves as black, to be honest. Let's be real. You're black when it's convenient. Many of you East Africans, let's keep it a buck. Many of you, you look at yourself as dark Caucasians. Y'all not going to sit here and wag that finger on us like, hey, let's get some kumbaya energy. Let's all, no. You guys look at
That
yourselves
that's
different.
also that's also what they were told. That's also brainwash. But I'm talking to you as a black person, so you don't have to dismiss me. I'm a black person. I believe in blackness. I believe in working class. I believe in we fight the 1% that's enslaving us. So let's
Ma'am,
not talk about anything else.
no, because you sat here and you tried to tell us don't talk about our lineage where we're trying to get a justice claim for our lineage. You're telling us to not do that and let's make slavery in the past and there was slavery all over. You're dismissing our unique lineage, ma'am. That's disrespectful.
No, I'm not dismissing. I believe in God and I think God will deal with that. It's not going
Well,
to go away. I know the curse money is not going to feed them. Everybody's going to die who made curse money. That's I believe. I'm a Muslim. I believe whoever use curse money is going to harm them. I think God is doing justice. I live this for God. That's it. I'm not living telling, okay, let's ignore it. I know God is going to, whoever ate or used or enslaved people, he's going to pay in heaven. Yes, he's going to pay
no,
in
no, no. Let's
afterlife.
stay
That's what I
here.
believe.
No, 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 no. We're getting ours here. I'm not waiting to heaven. No, we're going to get ours here. No, we're not. No,
They
that's
are getting here. How many rich people
no.
who ate
We'll get
curse
out. We're
money who
getting
are suffering right now? Who are suffering? I see them suffering. They
ma'am,
they are in mental issue.
ma'am,
Some people are suffering now.
ma'am. We're going to get our justice here. We're not going to wait to heaven. That's that fleeing mindset. See, your heaven is here. You fled from hell, and America is your heaven. And it was made heaven by the work and blood, sweat, and tears of foundational Black Americans. And we will not be dismissed, ma'am. You will not dismiss us, and you will not
They are suffering. Whoever did eat curse money is suffering. I see them. They're suffering. So God is doing justice.
ma'am, God is producing justice through us. He's giving us the wherewithal and the energy to produce justice. And ma'am, you're Somali, aren't you?
I am black person from Africa. I don't care about Somali. Who made me Somali? Somebody else. That's a terminology from the colonial. I don't call myself. I was born in Africa. That's it.
Uh-huh. And see, I'm not ashamed of where I'm from. I'm a foundational Black American. My family was here from the very beginning and they stayed.
I am African. I'm not ashamed of being Africa. I don't want to be
Ma'am, you
called
won't,
what
ma'am,
other
you won't
people.
even, ma'am, you won't even name the place where you were born. That's how ashamed of it you are, and you fled from it. My family's from North Carolina and Alabama. I have nothing but love and respect for my family who sacrificed to make it good for me and to make it good for you, ma'am. That's the difference. I'm not ashamed of my ancestry, but go ahead.
Okay, we are allow me to have my own opinion. Don't be a dictator. I am
I'm
a
not.
black person. Yeah, don't be a dictator. Don't force me to take your way because that we have to have
You can't take my way
opinion.
because
And
it's
my opinion is through life, through centuries, people were enslaving each other, and what happened? God is going to deal with that. Things I cannot do something about it, I'm not going to sweat. But today I know 1% is ruling us, not giving us jobs. Why America people are not producing cars? Why cars are made in Mexico and China or somewhere else? It's because the government wants you to starve. So you have to work against that. And that means unite with other people who are working class, who wants to survive, work. But if you divide the working class, you're losing. That's what I believe.
But ma'am, you guys, Somalians, you guys come over here and create your little enclaves and you distance yourselves from us when you get your benefits from what we have. You're the main ones who distance yourselves from us. So
But
you
listen
can't
to me.
play that game, man. Y'all come
I'm
over,
talking to you
ma'am,
as a black person.
ma'am. You guys are the ones that have the little Somali American schools and the Somali American mosques and the Somali American stores and little Somali and little Ethiopia and little you have your little enclaves where you distance yourselves from us. Whatever little money you make sure that money doesn't trickle into foundational Black American society. But any program, benefit, or set aside that we create, you make sure that you are Black enough to receive that. So we're not going to play that game, ma'am. Y'all really got to get it together on your end, ma'am. The immigrant class, especially from Africa and the Caribbean, there's a lot of straightening that you guys got to get together. Got it?
Okay, I am talking to you. We are your brothers. Don't push us. The winning thing is to collect all working class people. I'm telling you, you're dividing even black people. How are you gonna win? This is your downfall. Unite the
Fine,
working class. Unite people like
man.
you.
We
Forget
are going to
about
be
the
man.
color.
No,
Forget
no,
about the
no, no,
color.
no, no. We're actually doing better when we delineate from the tether class who are parasitic towards us. Actually, we do better. For example, the Montgomery situation, what we're talking about, that was the work of foundational Black Americans getting all on code. We weren't like all of these other people, for example, up in New York when Jordan Neely was getting choked out. There were other Black folks who are Black like you standing around watching and not doing a goddamn thing. We're not like you. Let's keep it a buck. We look kind of like you, but the lineage and spirit is different. That's a reality. Do you understand that? I'm not even saying that to be mean
I'm
spirited.
telling you why Martin Luther King was killed, because he said, I would want to see people mingling, becoming united. Yeah, that is, when you think like that, you will win. That's why Martin Luther King was killed, because he didn't believe a black, white, whatever. He wanted people to get justice, people to be equal. If you feel that way, if you believe, you will win. And I believe that. That's why he was killed. He was smart.
Now, slow down. Hebo, should foundational Black Americans get cash reparations in your opinion? In your opinion, should we get reparations? Hebo?
I'm telling you, all I'm telling you is to think like Martin Luther King. We
Hebo,
want
I
just
asked you a question. In your personal opinion, should foundational Black Americans get reparations checks from the United States government? That includes your tax dollars. Do you agree with that?
that's not what Martin Luther King fought for, and
Yes,
I
the
don't
hell it
think
is.
so.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no,
Yes, it is. He did fight for reparations.
no. He wanted people to be equal. He
Ma'am,
wanted people to be equal, and I stand
ma'am,
by that.
ma'am. Martin Luther King wanted us to get reparations, ma'am. He specifically did a speech about reparations. This is what I'm talking about. You don't understand the lineage. You don't understand, ma'am. You're just reading off cliff notes. I'm a foundational Black American. Dr. King was a foundational Black American. We know all the nuances of Dr. King. He specifically spoke on reparations for foundational Black Americans, ma'am. You didn't know that, did you?
Listen to me. All I want is justice. And justice, how am I going to get that? I am speaking for equality for all. I'm not going to divide people. Division is going to help the 1%. If
So,
we divide, that's it.
so,
I'm not going
so, reparations for foundational Black Americans for you, yes or no? Hebo, I don't have you muted, ma'am. She's muting her microphone. See,
No, I'm not muting. I'm not muting my microphone. I'm telling you,
okay,
I am a person who believes equality, and
I, I did.
I
Okay,
know,
you're just.
I know there is things I can do nothing about it. God
I
will do
asked you.
something about it.
I asked you a yes or no question, ma'am. Should foundational Black Americans get reparations from the U.S. government? This is my last time asking you. That's a yes or a no question. I didn't ask you for.
No, no, and my answer is
Your answer is what? Wait. Go ahead. Your answer is what? I didn't hear you.
I said I don't want to separate myself from other human in America. I want to be part of America. I don't want to separate myself. I want justice. That's all.
So, yes or no for reparations for foundational Black Americans?
No, for now. If they give
No,
me, fine. If they
oh,
feel like the curse money, if they feel like the curse money should
give
give
me.
away, it's good for them. It's
Wait,
good for them. If they want to give me, but I'm not going to fight
give
for
you.
it. God will fight for it. If
Give
they
you.
want to give us, we are entitled to.
Hold on,
According
why do you keep saying give me? Who is me? Who is me? What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying if the black people are entitled to those money, if they want to give, that's okay. But I'm not going to fight for it. God will, the curse money, God will get it.
So you
I'm
don't
not.
want. So you
We
don't
should.
want. So you don't want
No, no.
foundational Black
If
Americans.
they no, if they give away, that's they're doing good for themselves, because that's a curse money. They collected, they looted. That's a curse money. I think
No,
they
it's
should
not.
give
What are you
back.
talking about? Is cursed money? You're living off that money. You're living off the money that was generated from slavery, ma'am. You're living off of that now by being here.
Listen to me. I was forced to leave my country. What should I do?
You
You
weren't
don't
forced to do
understand.
nothing.
We were forced. We were forced because wars were happening. Proxy wars were happening where I was
You were
living.
not
Come
for,
on.
ma'am, if it were not for foundational Black Americans building up the wealth of a nation for you to come to, what would you have done? You would have been asked out then, right?
Your money, the country you built bombs that kill me, okay? Your weapons, okay? You were part of building weapons. You were part of the problem, but
So
you were
you
forced
so
to do that.
so you came to the enemy?
Listen to me. I
Is
have
that
to
what you're
survive.
saying?
No, no,
So
no.
you
I
got
have to.
so you
I
got
know.
so you got
Listen, listen
no,
to
ma'am. So you got your ass whooped and then ran to the people who whoop your ass. Is that what you're saying?
listen. Listen to me. I know the 80% of the Americans are not the enemy.
Ma'am, you sitting up here talking about the U.S. government bomb.
No, no.
So
The
instead of
people are
going,
victims. The
okay,
people are victims. I said,
so instead of going to the UK, to China, to Asia, to India, to some other country, you ran to the people who whoop your ass. That's what you're saying.
listen to me. I know the 80% are not the enemy. 80% are the victims. I came to the 80% that are the victims, and I'm part of them. And I want to be honest with them. They welcome me,
Oh,
and I accept it.
okay,
And
okay. I'm okay. Thank you, ma'am. I don't want to hear no more tether babble. I didn't want to hear more tether babble. Once you pin her down on something, they just get the babbling. This is why all of that. I'm black like you. I'm black. We all black. I am black. I am black. I want equality. What about us getting reparations? No. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. They don't want us to get nothing. They sound like the damn white supremacists. Watch these people when they try to run this game. We all black when it's convenient. All right, if we all black, then you should co-sign us getting our reparations. No, because I don't want to. That will separate us. Stop it. You're already separated. She's Somali, by the way. You two, you're not even proud enough of your damn lineage to even admit it. We ain't the damn same. Fuck out of here. No, we ain't the same. I honor my ancestors. I honor what they've done. I love my family. I love my FBA family. I'll never be ashamed and flee. Fuck out of here. We ain't the same, man. We all black in America. We are black in America. Don't let them run that game on you. Don't let them run that game. That old off code behavior. Y'all, you got ran out of your country where you had to flee because all of you were off code over there. And a lot of them, and this is another thing, they try to make it seem like they bounced because they were some kind of war torn refugee. They try to make it seem like, oh, there were bombs all over the place. No, it wasn't. In many of these places, y'all just bounced because you couldn't cut it. Y'all just bounced because y'all sitting over there couldn't rub two nickels together. So you were your pockets were bombed with no money. And then you came over here, you fled over here to get an Uber job. Let's stop with all of that. I was a war torn refugee. Stop it. All of you were not in a war. All right. And you were not forced to flee. You could have stayed there and made some shit pop off. They love to tell, they love to run that game. That's what they go tell the immigration office. That's the immigration office pitch. You got to help us. There are bombs going off. It was a hand grenade in my foot. It was bombs everywhere. These niggas were bombing these terrorist groups. It was bombs. My camel got blown up. And shut up. No, nigga, you were just over here trying to. You couldn't cut it, and you were trying to come over here to get a bag. That's what it is. You couldn't cut it at home, and you came here where foundational Black Americans got things popping for people who are non-white. We were the one. If you're a non-white person, you came over and profited off of us. All right. So you're not going to wag your little ashy finger to us telling us what we need to damn do and We all in this together, when your ass is the main one separating from us. Well, we're all the same. We're the same nigga. No, 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 no. We don't even look the same, to be honest. No, y'all be trying to blend in with FBAs, and not with that forehead. No, we know you ain't one of us. We can tell. No, no, no. You're not going to do that. Your head looks like a light bulb with bayangs. You are not the same. We know you're different. All right. Let's get a Johnny. A Johnny, hop in.
Hey Tariq, thanks for giving me the mic. Very interesting conversation. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't want to derail your conversation or anything. Just a few comments I want to make,
Go
and
ahead.
we can put me back on listener. Uh, so first of all, just a little bit about myself. I'm an Indian immigrant in America right now in California. U.S.
Yes.
citizen, came here I think right before 9/11. So been here 23 years working in IT, in tech.
Hmm.
And earlier I was not very, what you would call race conscious or, socially conscious. But it lately, what you have in America in terms of race, there is a parallel, not exactly the same thing, but something called caste in India. And
Hmm.
and it is frighteningly similar in some aspects, and that kind of informs my view of things. And first of all, I like to just say that you're absolutely right on the reparations part, for the foundational Black Americans, for people who have already gone through all of this basically.
Yeah.
And I can say that, given my Indian experience, there's actually laws in India for similar people, and who were treated very badly in the caste system, that to give them reparations. It is in a different form. It's not in checks, but if, like, for in a village, if you have surplus land in a village that the government identifies, it is given to the so-called scheduled castes in India, so which were horribly treated in the caste system, untouchables basically.
Right. The Dalits people. Right. The Dalits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's framed in the Constitution of India. So there is precedence for that. It is not unheard of to have asked for reparations. Uh,
Right.
so so it may be harder to get in America, but at least I am in full support of that. The other thing, you brought
Mhm.
up a very interesting point, and I see this in my Indian community as well. And one of my main reasons for coming out and just taking the mic and not just listening was, there is a wide spectrum of Indian people, and some of them, are hew closer to the MAGA crowd, and some of them are on the Martin Luther King, and there are a lot of fence sitters in between. It's just the way the caste system works in India.
Yeah, but and when you got some of your guys over here, what's the Vivek? What's that guy? Vivek? What's that guy's name? The real that little
Yeah,
dirtbag.
yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot to say about foundational Black Americans. He's talking down on Juneteenth. He just makes a point to use every white supremacist talking point against us. He's trying to be the new Dinesh D'Souza, who's a criminal himself, who has a lot to say negatively about foundational Black Americans, but he grew up in Mumbai, and we know what Mumbai is about. So yeah, we got a lot of weirdos who come over who try to denigrate foundational Black Americans, and unfortunately, that kind of paints a negative picture of a lot of Indian society when these people are the representatives and they have such bigoted views about the people who are the foundation of the United States. So it's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I know, totally agree, Tariq. So Vivek Ramaswamy, his lineage, what you would call, is coming from the Brahmin caste, and if you know about the caste
Yeah,
system, that's the
know about the
highest
Brahmins.
caste in India.
Kamala Harris's family is from there too, by the way, the Brahmins.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So,
Uh-huh.
but Kamala Harris, I think she is way different than Vivek, but Vivek is embodies that spirit. So, if he was
Yeah.
in North Korea, he would be sucking up to Kim Jong-il, no worries. Like if he was in Russia, he'd be sucking up to Putin. So he sucks up to the biggest, that's at least my view. But you would find that spectrum. And unfortunately, most of the people who came to the US from India or from Pakistan or from, South Asia, they were the elite of that country, right? So uh, a large majority would subscribe to that worldview, what Vivek subscribes to, but there is a significant majority, not majority, a small proportion, I would say 20-30%, maybe 40% of Indians who don't think like him. And
Good. Well, thank you so much. I had to land your plane. Let me get some more calls in here. All right. But yeah, I know about, some of that East Indian racism, or that shit is heavy. Yeah, they treat the Dalits, the untouchables, they treat them like trash over there. And Gandhi, he was a damn anti-black racist. So yeah, that's a whole, we can do a whole broadcast on that. All right, let me see who we got, because we are in here deep. By the way, the root work package, we still got the root work package available at rootworkstyle.com. rootworkstyle.com. That's where you can get the root work package. Speaking of root work, a great deodorant package that we have, brand new deodorant, fragrance, foundational Black American themed. Get that at rootworkstyle.com. Let's get Samir in here. Samir?
Yo, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, Samir. How are you?
Not much, man. I was just listening to that bullshit. That lady, whatever she was talking about. I find it interesting because Somalis are known for leeching off the system. Even here in Canada, I'm from Canada, right? And they come here and they just leech off the system. Not all of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but I'm going to say big proportion. So I just found it, ironic and arrogant of her to come on here and try to tell Black Americans what they should and shouldn't do or what they can't get.
Right. But thank you so much. Let me get some more folks in here. All right. Well, shit, it's getting late. It's late as hell, and we got a lot of people in here. Well, we're in here heavy. And by the way, if you're in LA or Southern California, we got an event at the Hidden History Museum this Saturday. Comedy show. It's going to be real nice. Co-hosted by my brother Dwan B. Got a lot of good comedians up there that's going to be coming through. It's always a great vibe at the Hidden History Museum, man. If you ever are in LA, y'all need to come on through. And it's going to be popping this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all definitely got to come on through. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Get your tickets now. hiddenhistorymuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. And let me get up out of here, guys. It's been real. Great conversation. I think everything was constructive. Again, go to rootworkstyle.com, and I'm up out of here. Puppy Akutan Lulavuve to the family. Peace.